Okay, so yeah, Haunt 2013. It is the directorial debut of Mac Carter. Um, it premiered at the Film Society of Lincoln Center. When I first saw this, I don't even know when I saw this because I did see this before. I never finished it because it was so boring at the beginning, and then I skipped around a few, and then I was still bored, and then I skipped to the ending. I don't remember what the ending was. Watching it now, um, and yeah, I caught the twist. You know, midway through, with a line of dialogue from the girl lead. Um, yeah, this isn't really a good movie. It's not really scary. It has jump scares, of course. The ghosts are sorta a threat, but then they're not really. It, it was weird the way this movie's written. I mean, it's written by Andrew Barr or Beer, and um, and then pretty much after this incident, a woman who will come to be known as Dr. Morello, pretty much the sort of like the she's not really the landlord, but she's like a lady in the movie who's barely in this movie. She's like at the beginning introducing the new family, and then they see her later on, and then we see her through flashbacks at the very end, and then we hear her voice. Her character pretty much amounts to a twist, but then it's not really. It's like who cares? Because I didn't care really about what was going on. And that's probably a bad thing in your movie when you don't care about the characters. Um, I am probably at is. I mean, there's nothing interesting about it. I mean, the things I like. Um, it's shot well, I guess. Like the production's fine. It's a pretty low budget film, but it's looked decently, not really amazingly, but decent. But it's a very boring film. Like it's a very slow, boring film where not a lot happens. The stuff that does happen is like, what? Okay. Um, I mean, the plot is this new family moves into this house that has that's rumored to be cursed, I guess, among the community where who we don't see anybody else around this community that they speak of for the town legend of this house, but it's said to be cursed. Um, but there's mom and dad, and then three siblings, two girls. Well, one of them's like a younger sibling, little girl. Anymore. So I thought that was kind of that was kind of pointless having her character around. She's barely in this movie, but she's in it. Even the younger sibling, like the little sister, she's not. There's one scene where they're discussing the fact that they did the seance thing. She's like, maybe you should just make ghosts or make friends with the ghosts. But then it's weird the way it's shot because then that doesn't amount to anything. It's like, why was that shown? If you're not gonna do anything with that character. Because then, and this movie also has like I'll say right now, the coolest parents ever, where they allowed her 18-year-old son literally have this one girl he brings home. They don't know it at first until, oh, he brings her downstairs in the morning. This is Sam from around the way. And they're like, oh, hello. Like, you're not even, phased the fact that your son snuck a female in your home, in his room, don't know what they were doing up there. And then the rest of the movie, like, they treat her as if she's part of the family, and, cause then the movie has this thing where it cuts back to her family life where her dad's like abusive or whatever, like a drunk abusive um type of thing. And then but then she's like staying with him, staying with the this other the teen kid guy, lead dude, Evan. Um but yeah, his character I didn't really care much for, and we're told that he's pretty much a kind soul type guy who we find out, yeah, he doesn't, his kindness will pretty much be the downfall of him. But yeah, this movie's boring. Like, it has really it has like two ghosts, but mainly one active ghost, which is really for the jump scare, you know, value. But then the jump scares are lame. The look of the ghost is sort of interesting, kind of cool. Well, not really cool, but it's kind of creepy because it's a female ghost lady. Like one and then he goes to everybody, and she's like, "Oh, the movie's boring." Um, you find out the narrator is the person that killed Sam's mother from back in the day when she was a baby, and I guess she was given away to this guy or something. Um, so it's explained, but then I didn't understand half of that. But yeah, the narrator, Doctor Morel or whoever Morello lady, the older lady, um, she doesn't get caught. Like she gets away pretty much with murder, and nothing is really resolved. I mean, the fact that the Sam character, uh, she, because it's weird. Like, I didn't understand the motivations of these ghosts. At least the one ghost, where there's like a evil, this female evil ghost is like possessing people to kill themselves, I guess. But then wants its body to be found, I guess. But then that makes no sense because why would you have somebody you're possessing try to kill themselves? If you, I didn't understand that at the end. Um, and then I guess it's giving them visions as well, because like the Sam character looks at the ghost and then she shoots her with her visions of what happened, and then she's possessed and kills the Evan character. They see what happened, and Sam is, I guess, gonna be locked up or go to a psych ward. And then the last shot is of the dead body in the crawl space under the floorboards, and then it's like haunts, and I'm like, screw this movie, because it's kind of really, if you think about it, it's kind of downbeat, because the Evan character's dead. Um, it it reminded me a bit of Oculus ending, where pretty much a sibling dies, and then the other siblings blame for it, and they just you know. I think Oculus came out a year later after this, but that's a better movie. Because it was again, it was boring. I didn't care about the characters, and the use of or the barely use of the older sister, and then the little sister who has this one scene of her carving the eyes out of the family photo didn't make any sense. It's not touched upon ever again, not mentioned ever again. So yeah, that was whatever. Um, but yeah, it tries to do this whole we tricked or we. I bet you didn't see that coming. She's actually the baby. Because the Sam character mentions how this house keeps calling me to it, and I don't know why. And it's like I've been here before, and it's like if yeah, you should know by now. Uh, and I never knew my mother or whatever. I guess so. Yeah, this movie's lame. I would say avoid it. If you want to see a good haunt, well, there's another movie called Haunt, but it's actually an actual good movie. It has nothing to do with ghosts. It's actually about a killer haunted house crew. which is a way better film than this. It's better acted, and also there's gore in it, where this one doesn't have any gore, at least. Fine, you don't have good characters to, root for really in this. How about some gore? Nope. All we get is her, you know, yeah, that's lame. A huge letdown. Well, not really huge, because I didn't really care for this movie going into it. I lost interest a few minutes after the very beginning. I was confused. Um, but yeah, overall, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really helps me out. And leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, till next time, take care. Peace and love.